this still seems to be like like 5 seconds of, or like, let me just time this.
You don't have to time it, relax. One.
Okay. I'm just gonna say.
Go. Alright, we're live. Alright, guys. I'm Proto Man, and with me I have Battle for Bikini Bottom and movie runner Jackalaka. And we're going to be running, or I'm going to be running the SpongeBob movie game, and Jackalaka will be timing. So I'm gonna start the
timing,
or commentating. Excuse me.
Okay, I was about to be like, oh, I guess I'll just open live split.
Yeah, no, count vocally. Beginning to end. Alright, so I'm gonna start on go, counting from 3. So I'm gonna go right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is the SpongeBob movie game. It's based off of the events of the movie, roughly. So this is SpongeBob's dream sequence when he needs to get the cheese to the customer. So this is his spin attack, and that's used to attack enemies and elevate them in the air. And we're going to come up to a ledge grab skip right over there. So essentially you're supposed to grab that ledge jumping up from the truck, but if you spin against it, you can skip that and just jump past it. And we have another skip. Yeah, Jack.
Sometimes if you don't have enough height, you can just get the ledge grab, and that works too, but it's a bit slower. Ledge grabs usually take they usually take like 1 to 2 seconds for SpongeBob. As far as all the characters in like the Heavy Iron SpongeBob games, it's the longest. Ledge grabs are the longest for Sandy, but she isn't in this game. So yeah.
So you saw there, I did a momentum boost off of the tongue slide, and right here I just failed to skip. So essentially when you spin off the edge of a platform, you get 2 jumps and can make extraordinary heights. So you're not supposed to do that, so I just skipped a large portion of the level. And here we are going to the bouncy to go to the end. Now these are Goofy Goober tokens. They essentially work like stars in Mario 64. And you need them to progress through levels and access moves.
Yeah, you need 51 by the end of the game, and you get the final 50-second one in the Neptune fight.
This is a little ledge skip. If you push up against the ledge in a weird way, you can kind of skip a lot of the level. And here, we're actually going to go to a part of the game that you're not supposed to go to until later. So by spinning off the edge with Patrick, that's unfortunate. We're going to go for it again though, because we need to do it.
This is one of the most reset-heavy sections of the game. Just no cheese and depression 1. It's a lot of just spinning off ledges and trying to get the double jumps to make it to the ledges.
Not necessarily because the tricks are even hard, but just because the nature.
If you mess it up, then yeah, like if you mess it up, you lose a ton of time because you have to set it up again and stuff like that.
There we go. And we're gonna do a damage boost to get up to these buttons.
My favorite thing in depression is when I accidentally get a 1-frame jump and I jump over the buttons.
Oh yeah.
That's happened quite a few times.
So what I did is I just did a damage boost to get on top of those buttons. And I hit them all at the same time. And you're supposed to come back here with SpongeBob with something called the Sonic Wave Guitar, as you just saw at the bottom there. And that's supposed to have an impact that hits all the buttons at once, but... Oop, gotta be careful now. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this section with Patrick and go to the end. Get a Krabby Patty here, just as a backup. Krabby Patties function as health in this game, by the way. And we got another Goofy Goober token.
Yeah, you can upgrade all of the moves in this game, and health is one of the ones that you don't really upgrade in an any % run. Because there's stuff like upgraded spin and card wheel that are much more important. So that makes a lot of the tricks hard, like monster skip. Like if you get accidentally hit once, then you can't do the trick. So you have to set it up again. So you have just 3 hit points for most of the run, or all of the run.
Alright, so here's the first unlocked move that we just got. And it's called the cartwheel. It's the fastest form of movement with the game. And Patrick, with Patrick. So we're just gonna do a small skip here and do a ledge grab on this. Jump up and get the other token.
Ooh, the one frame.
Yeah, that was a one frame trick. So we skipped the token animation of Patrick getting it.
Gosh, all I saw was you had 2 tokens when you got into the menu.
Oh
so
yeah,
I got
no, there's
really
a 2 frame that you can get.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the
Yeah.
depression one. There's a 2 frame you can get. Typically when you get a frame perfect trick on one of the tokens, it skips the animation. The music starts to play over the menu. And that's how you know you got it. But if you get it the frame before, you get the token. So I kind of took a gamble there, and I regret taking the gamble, because it could have gone really, really badly. But we got the 1 frame. Alright, so this is sandwich driving. It's probably one of the most grindy parts in the game. Essentially what you do is it's a vehicle section, and you just drive to the end. These little things I'm picking up are called nitros. They're essentially boosts. You just press the R trigger on the Xbox controller and they make you go fast. There's little like shortcuts you can take with them, but overall it's just kind of grindy.
Yeah. They're each like about 2.5 minutes in length, and like with the time, just like downtime in between actually doing the driving sections. Like the sandwich driving 101 and 102 are just like really, really long.
Yeah, this is not the end of sandwich driving. You'll see a lot more of this little guy.
Yeah.
Honk the horn a little bit if you're bored.
Yeah, no, honking the horn actually speeds up the car. No, I'm just kidding. That this is kind of like a time waster, because like sandwich driving is always really boring.
Fun fact, the car moves faster on GameCube, but loads are slower, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Does it go fast? Is it like the same speed on PS2?
Yeah, it's the same speed on PS2. GameCube's faster for no reason. We're just gonna boost through here a little bit. Now here it intends for you to go through these ramps, but you just boost alongside of it because ramps kind of slow you down. So we're coming up on the end of this level here.
Yeah, so like apart from the driving sections, there's also slide sections throughout the run. I'm pretty sure there's 3 driving sections and 3 slide sections.
Yeah.
The slide sections are much more interesting because there's a lot more skips that you can do to speed it up a lot.
Yeah, slide sections are actually kind of cool because with driving sections, it's just nitro management for the most part.
When with like the slide sections, you can actually just like maneuver around the slides a lot because they're all kind of compressed into one area, so you can jump in between.
So really quick, we just got this move called the bash boost, which sends SpongeBob up with this attack. So what we're gonna do is if you do a damage boost and then hold the button, it gives you more upward momentum, and you can go out of bounds and take a shortcut. And that's exploited a lot in this level. We're gonna do it again here. And coming up here, we have a sequence break. So you're supposed to go up there and break that, which takes probably like a minute, 45 seconds. But there's a little bit of ledge grab here, so you can just skip all of that.
Yeah, not everyone goes for that jump though. Some people just go for like a bash to the side of the ledge, and then it like kind of clips you on top of it, and then you can just easily jump to it. But the ledge grab saves like 1 second, I think.
So what happened there is I got clipped on the side of the rock, which can happen, and it just kind of killed all my momentum. Most of the time you just make it over though. Now coming up here is a SpongeBob section. So what we did was we spawned that token over there to activate this challenge, but we're not going to go to that yet. We're going to go over here. This is what's called a SpongeBob, and it's one of the mini games in the SpongeBob movie game. So essentially, it's very, very momentum based. You can build up a lot of speed, and you can stop a lot of speed depending on if you bump into things. So it's more about just like optimizing your movement. There's not really any tricks in this particular one, but there are more throughout the game.
Yeah, like the SpongeBob power up was in Battle for Bikini Bottom, but like the developers didn't really use it for anything like this. So the SpongeBob arenas are much more fleshed out than like the SpongeBob sections in Battle.
That was close.
A rolling fun gathers no barnacles.
Another token. So now we're actually going to go to the bungee challenge. And the bungee challenge is essentially you just hit targets doing a bungee jump with SpongeBob. Now we're going to go under the target to do a glitch where we get infinite dive. And we can dive as much as we want to. Because typically you have to wait to go all the way to the top to reset it. But you don't have to with this glitch.
Yeah, if you get hit by the steam things, it can like take away your dive, so you gotta keep that in mind when doing it.
Yeah. And we spawned another token from earlier, so we're supposed, the bouncies I was going on earlier to get to SpongeBob, you're supposed to use them to get over here, but we just spawned it, and now we got it. So coming up here is a fairly cool out-of-bounds trick. So there's a little part of the goo down here that doesn't damage you, and you can clip out of bounds. And for some reason, whenever you get a character stuck in something, it automatically wants to give you more jumps. So we're just kind of jumping through the ground here. What we're going to do here is there's damage like laid out across this. So we can actually bash boost to this part of here that's slightly clipping out of bounds. That was neat. And we ledge grab back inbounds. And we just take this little shortcut over to this token. Again, we skip a ledge grab by pushing into that rock in a little bit of an odd way.
Yeah, and this skips like a section that you would have to use pad for. Although, the way you would use pad is by going through the whole entire cave, but you can also do it as SpongeBob.
Yeah, it saves 10 seconds if you do the out of bounds strategy. Now here's the other mini game in this game called the Floating Block Challenge. It's essentially you just parkour as Patrick. It's not that difficult. If I fail it, forget I said that.
Yeah, some of these like rotating blocks that are like right at the end, they can be kind of finicky, but if you just kind of get used to jumping on the side that's just about to become flat, you should make it.
It looks difficult, but the collision is so weird and messed up that it doesn't really matter. It gets fairly easy the more you do it.
Yeah. Although this isn't nearly the hardest floating block challenge.
Alright, so now that we did that, we're gonna do another sequence break. So we're supposed to go to this arena around here and fight all these enemies, but if you do a bash boost, you can just skip all that. So you can hear that battle music starts playing. So we're actually just around the edge of the arena right now. We just skip it. But the music doesn't stop playing, because it still thinks we haven't completed the arena. So we just hit these buttons, and we get the token.
When you said battle music, I thought you meant like
Oh, no,
from
no.
battle, and I was like, wait a sec.
Alright,
I've
now
not seen a movie run in a while.
here's the sliding section, the first sliding section in the game. It's called Rub-a-Dub. There's two pretty cool skips in this level. So as you can see, I have more movement than the driving sections,
Fireworks.
so it's pretty fun. Debatably. A lot of people only like the on-foot sections, but I personally like both sliding and walking. The driving is really the only bad part, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, personally, Rock Slide is like one of my favorite levels in the game.
Oh, are you serious?
Just 'cause- yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, Rock Slide has a lot of skips. We'll be seeing that in a little bit. Alright, so here's the skip right here. We're gonna go over here, go off the side of the slide. Spacebar jumps, and we made it. So that makes it so we don't have to like slide over there. So yeah, now we're over here. And there's different parts that you can mess that trick up. If you're up too high, it kills all your momentum, and if you're too low, you just won't make it. So
Yeah.
it's not, you know, pixel perfect or anything, but like, you just kind of have to have a feel for where you're going.
Yeah. There is a setup, like with one of the catapults in the background, but if you're doing it the first time, then it doesn't load. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult when starting out to learn the setup, but once you just get a feel for it, you can get it.
That's
most
another
times.
small skip I just did right there. Typically enemies load there, but I didn't hit the trigger for them to load since I skipped a lot. See, I'm about to hit a target, but it's invisible. So none of the models loaded, because I skipped some triggers.
And those two jumps save about a minute, or like a little over a minute in Rub-a-Dub. It makes the level a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, just like, for me, this used to be like my least favorite level in the whole run, but like, now that's only around 3 minutes rather than 4, it's like, it's pretty manageable.
Another thing about this game is you can see I can go off the edge a little bit before I start jumping. So certain jumps are easier to make. So that's the end of Rub-a-Dub.
I just realized I've been in the movie menu for like the whole run.
Alright, so here we load into bubble blowing baby hunt, but we don't really need to do anything yet. We're actually going to go back to sandwich driving and grind here for tokens. So this is called the sandwich driving time challenge. So essentially, it wants you to beat this time in 4 minutes, even if you've already done it, so it's kind of stupid. So my first time was faster than 4 minutes. Then we have to do it again. Then we do a ring challenge where we essentially have to go through hoops, and then we have to do the time challenge again. So it's a little bit annoying, but, you know, hopefully we can make it entertaining for you guys.
I wrote up a stand-up routine for sandwich. No, it's kidding.
I wrote a play for you guys.
A
Jack,
9-minute play.
if you have your recorder nearby, you can play the Super Mario Odyssey thing. I wouldn't mind. You can do it on you can do it on the second time
On
challenge
stream.
if you want. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, sandwich driving.
Sandwich. Nah. So wait, I just have a question about your route because mine's a bit different. So do you still do BBBH like just the first token for BBBH1?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, because what I do is like when I get into BBBH, I just immediately go for that. I immediately go for that token. Then I do just the rest of the game, and then I work back to sandwich driving after Frogfish. So,
Yeah, no, I do Purple Foundations route.
I mean, that's the route that Purple gave me. So I guess he just was giving me a different route than... Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a whole lot of time difference the way you decide to do it. It's more preference. Like,
Yeah,
he and I like
just-
to get Rub-a-Dub 2 and sandwich driving out of the way early.
No, I'd rather do, I'd rather do Rub-a-Dub, like Dumb Jump before I do 9 minutes of sandwich driving, because, like, I'm not really completely consistent at the trick, so
Yeah.
I just like to get it out of the way, because sandwich driving's easy. I mean, you can lose time on sandwich driving, but not that much if you just like paying attention.
You can lose the most time in Ring Challenge if you fail it, because if you miss going through one ring in Ring Challenge, it's basically reset. I wouldn't reset during a marathon, but you know, it's very unfortunate.
It's going up. There's the edge of town.
This is a pretty good sandwich driving.
Oh yeah, Purple Foundation's getting very, very close to world record.
Isn't the best Xbox sandwich driving like 232?
32. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I want to see Purple get record. That would be really cool.
So this is sandwich driving ring challenge. So essentially you just go through hoops. It's not very difficult unless you like bump into something and then you miss a ring. That's not gonna happen.
There is one mechanic in the game called a fake ring, where like you go through the ring, but the game doesn't count it, and that doesn't really happen in sandwich driving, but it happens more in the later ones.
Yeah. There's hoop challenges or ring challenges and slide levels where you can get ghost ring or fake ring, and you just go through the ring and nothing happens. So we speculate that there's certain like just dead pixels of the ring that don't work. It's really stupid because there's really nothing you can do, especially in the sliding levels, because you can't go backwards, or you can, but it's difficult.
Yeah, you could like theoretically get a ton of 2-frame jumps, but you would have to like anticipate that you're getting a fake ring, and then like start going back as you're going through it. That wouldn't work.
It's very difficult to react to because of you're not really expecting it, because it doesn't happen very, very often, but it can happen. Ooh. I almost jumped over that ring. That would have been neat.
Yeah, it's a glitch, not a mechanic. I'm sorry.
Hey, there's nothing we could do. If we could fix it, we would.
Oh no, I'm just. Oh, okay. No, I was just saying that because Bennett brought it up. Like because I'm not really used to commentating, so I just ended up saying mechanic rather than glitch. So yeah.
Bennett.
Black Magic Bennett.
I love Bennett.
He's a good movie runner.
Bottom of my heart. He warms my heart. Very, very, very badly. Alright, so we're coming up on the end of Ring Challenge, so Jack, you should probably get your recorder ready.
Am I actually gonna play?
Yeah.
No,
Alright,
I mean,
so
it's a marathon, so like...
I mean, it's grinding. We have to do something.
Alright.
Alright, so essentially, we're gonna be doing the first part of sandwich driving again. And while we do that, Jack Laka is going to be playing Cascade Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey on a recorder. So, I'm gonna be driving a sandwich. Take it away, Jack.
I gotta find my recorder though, I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, I kinda dropped it on you out of nowhere.
Yeah. Somewhere.
No pressure, dude. Relax.
I bet even if I find it, it's just gonna sound terrible. I haven't played it in like a month.
Nah, it's fine, dude.
Sorry to disappoint, but I can't find the recorder.
Nah, it's fine, dude. You can sing it.
No. I may be in a choir, but my singing voice is terrible. Okay, but I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking. You know, I could have fallen under my bed again, because that happened once. I don't know why. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't think I have it right now.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll try again later. Anyways.
Yeah, we can play the recorder during another grindy segment.
Yeah. Just know, if I did have my recorder, I would definitely play it for you guys.
Good soul.
Works live? Why am I getting a notification for that?
Just do it. I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Now everyone's.
Yeah, now everyone is like.
Yeah, now you have pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or you know what? To avoid copyright claims, I could play it during the Neptune fight.
Oh yeah, I got on meet game volume.
that'd be hilarious.
And that's the end of sandwich grinding, by the way.
236. I get a lot. I usually get 236s.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go back to Rub-a-Dub to do the time challenge there. Then we'll have enough tokens for the time being.
Yeah, no, that's what
I
was
like the way
thinking,
you think, Bennett.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I would have to learn it.
Who said you can hear it out?
Yeah, just sight read the whole song.
You can improv it.
I think the only song I've ever improv'd on recorder is Macintosh Plus. Like, although that was like a year ago, I'm probably gonna do it again. I got an hour to learn. That's true. That's true.
You have 1 hour, Jack. The clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just have like a separate, like I'll just stream on my account, just like me like learning recorder. No, I'm not gonna do that.
You should have live split, but taking down.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
Oh, yo. Alright,
Alright,
you gotta play it
see if I
during.
remember.
You gotta playing Goofy Goober. Play it doing a Goofy Goober rock.
Alright. I'm just gonna mute for a sec to see if I still got it, so give me a sec.
Alright, that's fine. Well, fellas, Jackalaka is hard at work. Him and his recorder. Doing the best we can for the Themeathon community. So yeah, essentially I just did the same 2 skips I did the first time again.
No, I just got it like perfect.
Yo. Okay, you gotta wait till the the
Yeah,
next
I gotta
sandwich
wait.
driving. Yeah, don't do it now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it now.
Gotta
You know,
keep the crew in suspense.
I'm gonna look up Goofy Goober Rock on MuseScore, and let's see if it has any like sharps or flats. I probably can't do it because those are like so hard to play and recorder. Okay, I looked up Goofy Goober and it says it's listed under children's music. What the heck?
Blasphemy.
Goofy Goober Rock. I know. It's not a kid's game. I mean, literally one of the levels is Now They Were Meant. Come on.
Okay, so right here, I'm going to be doing 2-frame jumps up a slide. So you're supposed to slide down this at the end of the level. But what we're going to do is we're going to move our way up the slide to hit the trigger for the end of the level, and then go back down. Because that was virtually perfect. Well, no, I think I messed up a little bit. So I'm actually going to upgrade some moves right now. So you may have seen I was collecting these weights called manliness points. Those are used to upgrade moves, which you need for certain parts of the game. Alright, very good. And that's the end of BBBH1. We do come back here later in the run. Yeah, so essentially the way that slide jumps work, you can either get a 1-frame or a 2-frame. So the first jump on the slide you get has to be 1 frame, and every other slide jump after that, you can land on the first jump or the second jump. So when you see the animation of Patrick doing the double jump, then that's a 2-frame, and if you see the animation of him doing the first jump, that's a 1-frame. So you have 2 frames to do it.
I think if I did I Wanna Rock.
Yeah, so now we're back to another sandwich driving segment. Essentially what we're doing is we're collecting keys in the paddy wagon so that we can get out of the, what's it called? The rough bar. I'm just gonna call it that. I forget what it's called in the movie.
Wait, which one?
The rough tug.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Oh yeah, the Thug Tug.
The thug tug, thank you very much.
I saw it to the side of the railing, so I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna kind of go through here normally. There's not really any like skips or anything. We just kind of collect keys. So you'll see the first time that I went through that cave, there were 2 routes. I smashed through the wall to get those keys first, but now I'm gonna take the other route. There's more keys over there. See, there's actually a key up there, but we're gonna get that at the end.
Like, there's a ramp that, like, once you get 4 keys, the ramp drops and allows you to get that one.
Yeah.
So it's like the last one we get. I just want to play movie right now.
Movie.
L filming.
Just getting more nitros. There's another key. So yeah, the last one we need to get is up the ramp. But, you know, it's not too long.
Yeah.
We're actually just gonna go around this time since there's no key up there, and it's faster to take this route down here.
Yeah,
So
I could go for
basically,
it.
it's not really a skip, it's just more of like, I guess it's kind of a skip. Basically, it expects you to go all the way around the track from here, but if you just collect the key like that, it unlocks the gate from the beginning that you needed the keys for. And you can just go right through it, so that saves a decent amount of time.
Yes, there's like yeah, like Bennett says, there's a couple places where you can like get out of bounds in no any parking.
Yeah, I once lost a run to going out of bounds by an accident.
think I was the only one in chat for that stream.
Yeah. Alright, so this
was
is a
pretty
boss
funny.
fight. This is Frogfish, you might remember him from the movie. He's very, very easy. So essentially, we set him to run to us in this position. Then once he starts running, he can't move, so you just go out of the way and hit him. Then we just do this. Oh.
I don't think you like that. Keep doing it.
Yeah, we can actually attack the lady before she spawns. Oh. Alright. So I had to improv a little bit because the lady spawned a little bit just outside where I could slam. So I couldn't really get to her. So I just had to cartwheel her, which does less damage than the slam. So, you know, just skip some cutscenes. It's actually a decent amount of 3D cutscenes and 2D cutscenes that I'm skipping. The 2D cutscenes aren't actually interesting. It's essentially just SpongeBob clip art. It's not scaled with poor voice acting over it. It's the original voice actors, but it's bad for some reason. The 3D cutscenes are cool though.
The 2D cutscenes are just so bad.
Yeah.
Especially the one right at, like, after you beat Neptune.
Oh yeah, you're actually gonna get to watch that because that's at the end of the run.
Yeah,
Time.
that one's the classic.
We're not even. No, we don't even want to subject you to listening to it. So we're just gonna have Jack blast random notes on his recorder over it.
Yeah. I'm like the accordion guy from GDQ that comes in during the bonus stages in Yoshi's Island, but instead of that, I'm just playing Cascade Kingdom on recorder when the run's too boring.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a sequence break. We just kind of jump down here. I'm not even sure if that's intended or not. It seems like obvious.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think I used to do that when I was, like, when I used to play this when I was, like, 7.
Yeah. We're just gonna jump down here to this little bouncy.
Well, that was different.
And we're gonna pull up a little bit and jump off this side.
Yeah, if you do it too far to the right, then you can actually get taken out of the level by Hans.
Yeah, so if you're falling for too long in this game, or if you're falling in a certain way, Hans will pull you out and respawn you, so you essentially die. You don't lose any lives or anything, there's nothing like that in this game. But, yeah, there's just certain triggers where Hans can get you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go off this side right here. It's a little bit of an out of bounds shortcut.
Cosplay Squidward here soon.
I'm not even gonna read that. That's
I don't even know what that means. Just superimpose a picture of me in a Squidward suit on the stream. That'll be great.
Jackalaka, I want you to commentate every game in the Themeathon wearing a salmon suit. I expect you to be wearing that right now.
Yeah, I definitely have it. It's behind my copy of Truth or Spray right over there.
Oh, cool.
So many choices, so little time.
Too many places, too much time. Oh wait.
Okay, and here's the last little shortcut. We just kind of go off the. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go off it a bit too early, then it'll just like keep your direction.
Yeah, so that loses some time, but yeah, again, that's a little bit of Hans.
So many choices, so little time.
the best like indicator is like there's a little bush that you can like kind of go over, and that's
My Q is going just before the bush, but I went too early. See that little flower here, like that. Then you make it down there.
In my PB, I lost 40 seconds to this.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Is it really 40 seconds?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Ew.
The jump stays a ton of time. I don't know how much exactly, but
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. But anyways, this is the end of the rock slide.
yeah, we should have Bennett as one of the commentators. Like I'm so bad at commentating because I just don't know as much about a movie.
He's our chat commentator.
Yeah. I'm trying my best though, and that's all that matters.
Alright, so we're gonna upgrade the sponge ball move right here. The sponge ball is essentially just a bowling ball that you hit certain things like this. That activates a bridge you go across. We're gonna hit
thanks,
this,
Bennett.
and we're gonna jump off a little bit early to do a cutscene skip. And it's fast in the first place, so. Here's a wall jump, and we jump on the sign to get a little bit of a head start. And here's some more wall jumps.
Come out, wherever you are.
So here, we're gonna kind of hug the wall and jump across this. So you're supposed to hit that red button to trigger a cutscene and a bridge, but if you just hug the wall like that, it's fine.
Right? These just ooze macho.
We're gonna jump off of here and hit that guy. We're gonna jump on this.
So fast, I get monster sick. Whoa.
Take a little bit of a shortcut. And here's
Yeah,
another
that-
bungee coming up here. And it's a little bit different from the 3K bungee. So to get infinite dive, you still go under the target, but the target breaks. It gives you infinite dive, so makes things a little bit faster, which is cool. Oh, unfortunate. Essentially, when you take damage, it gets rid of your infinite dive. Oh. Ah, that's fine.
Yeah, but you can do this bungee
There we
challenge
go.
much faster than the other ones because if you like go below the targets, then it'll still break them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I took a little bit of damage and got rid of the infinite dive. And you saw I was messing around with the target a little bit, trying to get it back.
I'm not feeling like a game of
So I lost a little bit of time there. That's alright. So we hit this monster with the bowling ball. So we kind of follow where he goes. Something I kind of neglected to mention about the spitters is that they fire their spit where you are. So if you jump up and then they fire, they just shoot over you. We're gonna do another bash boost here.
but not heavy.
just got a notification.
Oop. So now essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go behind this guy and just spam him full of bowling balls until it triggers a cutscene and lets us through.
I just got a notification that Alloy's life was 16%. I am sweating right now. I don't know if anyone's gonna like put as much time into that category because Robo Sandy Skip is just terrible.
Alright, so essentially that triggered a cutscene where the monster just broke through the wall. And now... yeah, now we're here.
Now the three
Yeah,
like
this is the bulk of now that we're men. So we're gonna abuse that door and kind of just jump over it.
You really gotta try.
We're gonna jump on here. Use that height to do a little bit of a shortcut.
yeah, but I need to go back to that category.
This is called Chris Skip. So we do 2 bash boosts in a row. So we do 1, land on the monster, then we do another one, and we reach the token. It isn't horribly difficult. It's pretty neat. Now here's monster skip. You line yourself up like this to do a bash boost. You jump off the monster's eyebrow, and then you go off like that and jump up to get the aw. You're supposed to jump up, get the token, get a ledge grab. But I jumped a little bit too late.
This is probably my favorite trick in the game. It's just so satisfying to do.
Yeah. Sorry for cutting you off, Jack. Just, you know how to explain that.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
So here is a frame perfect trip coming up in a floating block challenge. Basically, we're gonna abuse the momentum and damage physics of this game to skip this entire level. So you line yourself up. Like that. So that's a frame perfect jump. And basically what that does is as the floating block turns, you cartwheel into the spikes, and the momentum of it sending you upward lets you get to the token early. So instead of trying to go through all those blocks, we just skip it all. And I got that first try, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely like the hardest trick in the game. I mean, there's like, in my opinion, I think it's definitely the hardest trick in the game. It requires a really precise setup and a one frame at like just yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to. So now this is SCDA. So this is where we use Patrick's throwing technique, where he picks up things and, yeah, throws them. So we're gonna skip a cutscene by staying to the very edge of this. And we're gonna do a little bit of a sequence break, a little cutscene skip by going around like this and ledge grabbing. There's a little bit of an invisible wall there, as you can see. But if you just kind of maneuver your way around it, you can get the ledge grab.
Wait, the Merv didn't spawn.
No, because I skipped a cutscene.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, well now I know. Because like how I've been doing toilet skip is I just like throw the watermelon at Merv once, and then that makes it so that I can get over to where I need to do the skip.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. If you stay at the
Yeah.
very edge, he doesn't spawn because you skipped the cutscene.
Yeah.
We're just gonna build up some momentum on this, go off the side, and get the ledge grab. So we skip. There's like a challenge back there with all those tongue grips. We just skip that off. So now I'm gonna death abuse. And we're gonna abuse physics once again off the tongue slide. So essentially we get hit by that guy, and it gives us more momentum sending that way. And if we use that, see how Patrick flies forward a little bit. Then we do it again. And it builds up enough momentum to push against that and go out of bounds.
Yeah, because the game's basically storing the the momentum you're getting from a damage boost. You can use that to get over, or like get enough height so if you are at the top of the bungee, you can get enough height to get up the ledge.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I think it works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're pretty accurate.
Alright.
So we go over here, we throw this. That triggers a cutscene that spawns us over here. And now we have another section of 2-frame jumps. So essentially what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go through that little section there. But if you pick up this block, you can jump up on the slides similar to how we did in BBBH. With this, if we cartwheel off, we can ledge grab. Now we do 2-frame jumps to the top.
I'll let you focus for this.
Thank you. There we go.
Damn, that
Not
was
bad
really
at all. Yeah, so now we just slide back down. That probably saves like a minute and a half, maybe.
Yeah, because normally what you'd have to do is like there's like this whole section where you have to like hit buttons and like go across a huge room to like elevate the goo so that you could get to the platform. All you need to know is that that trick saves a ton of time.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to go through a whole lot of shenanigans. Oh, I didn't get the thing. So essentially, if you get a frame perfect jump onto one of these blocks, it skips the ice physics. So you see Patrick's like slower. It would have made him have normal momentum. Well, that's okay.
Wait,
We
like
don't really do any crazy tricks. We just execute.
Wait, for all the blocks, or like does it only affect one? At a time?
All the ice blocks.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, if you get a frame on the very first block, it kind of like messes with the game, and it like fixes your speed.
Yeah.
So just gonna cartwheel off this. Careful not to get a ledge grab on these little bubble blocks that disappear, because if you do, you get a ledge grab, and then it eats your second jump. So there's essentially like nothing you can do. I'm gonna wait for the cycle a little bit since I was a little bit slow. We're just gonna jump on some of these bouncies to the end. Oh, that was weird. Alright, we're good. I had a mini heart attack. Yeah, thank you, Bennett.
And after this, there aren't any floating block challenges left.
Is that
Right?
true?
And I'm pretty sure. I actually can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a brain fart.
Kind of written on it.
Cause
Okay, we did a little bit of out of bounds there, and now we're just gonna go over here. Do we have enough manliness points? No, we gotta grind manliness points a little bit. Okay.
That's the last one. Yep, that's all the block challenges. Thanks, Bennett.
Can we get a fast button? There we go. There we go. So now essentially what we're going to do, you're supposed to go all the way across this and hit that TV, but if you build up enough power here, you can just hit the TV like that.
People sure have been throwing out a lot of TVs lately.
Then now we're going to move on to the second boss fight, which is Dennis.
There's 3 Dennises and 2 Dennises.
Yeah, there's 2.
That's such a lame joke. Hey guys, I found Dennis 3.
Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to hit Dennis like this. And if you hit him before he lands, he skips an entire phase of health for whatever reason. Gonna line this up so I take damage. Alright, that was pretty good. So that's Dennis, and we just skip basically 2 phases of health. Now we're on to Sunday driving.
Only Goofy
Now this is Goofy Goober driving. Or Sunday driving, like I just said. So basically, we're gonna do a trick where we despawn this guy, because the game has it set so you're supposed to follow him. And if you get ahead of him, he rubber bands a little bit, and he gets fast. But if you get so far away from him, then he stops rubber banding. He basically gives up and despawns. Then you can do whatever you want. Because if you're too far behind him, it's like, oh, you lost Scoob. And now you have to restart the level. But we don't have to worry about that right now. For now, we just follow him.
Yeah, you despawn him by going through that shortcut to the right. Actually,
Yeah, you go through the shortcut second lap.
yeah. I forgot that there's a little bit of lag, so...
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit of a boost through here. It's a little shortcut.
Stay with him, SpongeBob. Super speed.
A new hat.
So he's not in front of us right now. He's probably going to catch up. Ooh, that was close. I almost lost 2 things of health. So you have 3 hit points you could take with the paddy wagon. And if you get hit 3 times, you have to restart the entire level. There are no checkpoints in this part. Get that nitro. Oof. That was close. Alright, so now we're just going to boost through this shortcut and despawn Goo as much as we can. As fast as we can. Just as to keep him despawned. So he should be despawned by now, I would think. Okay. I think he's gone. So now here's where we do a skip. Essentially, we build up speed like this. Oh, it's unfortunate. Try it again. Oh, what? Alright, we're just gonna do it normally, just in case.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to resubscribe to Alloy.
That's fine.
He was doing some 60% runs. It just made sense.
You were in this, buddy. Yes, there's a skip you're supposed to do there, but just in case Goo respawns, I don't want to do that, so not gonna do it. So we have to go through the water. So we're just gonna kind of like boost through this. It's very awkward, a lot of bouncing, but no, better safe than sorry.
Wait. Did the mail just come? Oh yeah, it did.
Alright, so that is the end of Sunday driving.
Sunday driving is a fun level. No.
Very good. Okay, so now we're on to Googly Eyes and Smelly Knickknacks, which is another slide level.
This one, there's a lot of switching between different trails, so
Yeah.
it's a bit hard to get used to, but once you do, it's just like second nature.
You essentially just have to memorize where you're going.
Yeah.
So we need to hit these like little turn things. I was gonna say faucets. We need to hit the faucets to drop these things so that we can get through the rest of the level. So essentially, I'm just gonna go around hitting these.
Faster, faster! Oh, I wish this place had something to read.
Sayonara.
We're gonna go through here, jump on that, and then we're gonna hit this checkpoint.
I'm back.
Hello.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a death abuse here. So we hit that pipe and die, so it spawns us on top of here.
You can just go into the water, but it does lose a bit of time because the game has to load the
That's
death animation.
so if you didn't like lose health intentionally for the TNT, you can just go in the water. It works the same.
Yeah. Those are noob strats. No.
So you're gonna go off the side like this, and we hit that pipe. The jumping takes a little bit of getting used to if you're first learning the game. OBS just said it reconnected.
Yeah, maybe I need to like, maybe I just need to type in the network stream again, or, cause...
Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. I don't know what's going on. Fixed?
Yeah, it's back
Alright,
up on
thank
stream,
you.
so I guess I just need to
Yeah.
open network stream.
Alright, thanks for fixing that, guys. Oh, it's not... that's probably my part. Probably my bad.
Okay, VLC,
Alright, so...
VLC media player just...
Nah, so we're back. This is... I just beat, the thing, so now we're gonna do Dennis 2. In Dennis 2, it's similar to Dennis 1, we're just gonna hit him and skip a phase of health if we hit him early. Oh, it's unfortunate. Hopefully we can just take him down like this.
Give me a sec.
Ah, unfortunate.
There we go.
That's alright, so
Oh,
we're
yeah,
gonna try
Dennis.
Dennis 2 again.
Dennis 2 can be kinda annoying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play him safe
Also-
this time.
Also, I'm back up.
There we go.
For
Alright, so that's Dennis 2, he's down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Gesk, and we're going to do a time challenge, a ring challenge, and then another time challenge. Oh yeah, no, David Hasselhoff does look terrifying. He's kind of like a mannequin.
Although he's technically not David Hasselhoff because they couldn't get the rights to use his likeness.
Oh
so
yeah, true. No, it's like
he's just
he's like beach guy.
Yeah, I play a lifeguard on TV, or he says something like that.
Yeah, they couldn't get the rights to David Hasselhoff, so they in the cutscenes he just vaguely resembles David Hasselhoff, and the model's just scary.
Yeah.
Did I just hear a ring? Or am I hallucinating? Oh well. Anyway.
I'm David Hasselhoff. Hooray!
Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing that we just did for the first part for the time challenge, but the faucets are already knocked down. So we just go to the end. There's a harder method you can do where you do 2 frame jumps up the pipe, and I believe they save 20 seconds each. But it's a lot faster.
Oh, it's Chris.
Yo, Christopher. Chris is the
He's-
world
he's-
record holder of this game. How are you doing, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
I'm still sub 40 pace? Dude, nice.
Can Proto still bop Jack?
Good question.
Probably. Yeah, definitely.
It's good that we're still sub 40. So we did have some mishaps in this run so far, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the most common place where you can ghost ring, so let's try not to do that. People say to just go through the center of the ring as best you can. But, you know, there's no guarantees.
Gotcha.
Echo! 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 Faster, faster!
Yes.
So yeah, guess
Yeah.
2.
Rings, man.
Yo, you got the extra. That's how you know you're
Oh yeah,
living
definitely.
fancy.
Yeah, just some rings, man.
Oh, yeah, but that's here in chat. You should have changed to the mermaid man costume.
Oh yeah, I should have.
That would have been such a good meme.
Yeah, there's different costumes you can unlock with the treasure chests in this game. Mermaid Man's one of them.
Yeah, although most of the stuff from the extras is just like concept art or just like trailers, stuff like that.
We used to have a runner in this community, or no, he's still in the community. He doesn't run the game as much anymore. His name is Tedious. He runs hit and run now. But he coined the Mermaid Man meme for almost every run. Whenever he got the second extra, he just switched to Mermaid Man because he wanted to. It was really funny.
Sayonara.
Tedious is great.
Love Tedious.
Faster, faster!
Ian and I still need to record those, what is it called? Creature from the Krusty Krab playthrough videos.
Creature from the Krusty Krab forever, bros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Creature,
used to,
Creature from the Krusty Krab is a little bit of a meme in our community
I wish this place had something.
yeah.
between
Although-
movie and battle runners. When I say
Although in
battle,
my
I refer
heart,
to Battle
I'm-
for Bikini Bottom.
In my heart, I know the Creature is a good game. Or at least that's just what I tell myself.
Keep it in your heart, Jack.
Yeah, no, I just I used to play a ton of
Yeah.
I used to play a ton of Creature. I'd say even more so than Battle and Movie. Like at
I
one
used
point,
to think Creature from the Krusty Krab was cool.
yeah.
Thought it seemed like a cool spin off of Battle and movie.
Oh boy!
Because that's the end of Gesk, and now we're actually going to be going to Planktopolis.
Yo, my neighbor just offered to give us some barbecue chicken tenders.
Dude. My guy, bring him to the stream.
I'll send them to you.
Yeah.
It's in the mail.
Every chat member gets a barbecue chicken wing.
Chicken tenders all on me.
Look at this place. I hope my pineapple's still okay. Come on.
Alright, so this is Planktopolis. It's towards the end of the game. Basically,
That's such a good
we
emote.
can abuse that button and then just jump over the spikes. So we don't need the guitar yet.
Wish I could have a chicken tender emote. It's great.
Wait, does someone have a chicken tender emote?
It sadly does.
We got an emote for everything on Twitch now. It's great.
Yeah. Now we gotta get Rip Run Dude. Or no, Jack Feels Good.
Oh yeah. We have an emote of Jackalaka in the community. Alright, so that was Planktopolis targets. Went alright.
This is definitely like it's definitely the hardest bungee section, so
Yeah. You just need to be generally cautious so that you don't die. So we just clipped out of bounds there. Or we went out of bounds and clipped inbounds rather.
Filling, but not heavy.
So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna turn into Patrick. And we're gonna do one of the most difficult challenges in this game.
yeah, I've lost many a run to this.
So we go off of here. We hit that. We get this token. That's not the hard part.
Well, we're only getting started, folks.
Breaking a little bit of a sweat here. Alright. Here we are. That was hard.
Yeah. I mean, you can actually soft lock here, so...
Oh, yeah, no. I was very worried
yeah,
about
you can.
soft locking.
Yeah. I know, just not pressing B, like, it's just...
Yeah. You know, certain runners in this community, what they do is they hold B and then they soft lock, but no, we don't do that.
At sway, no, I'm just kidding.
Some certain people. So we just went out of bounds as Patrick with the ledge grab, and now we're going to do the same thing we did in 3K, where we kind of get him, like, stuck in here. And we're going to cartwheel a little bit to speed up the process.
Never seen that setup.
Yeah, that's a Manix 05 setup.
I do Brit setup, and I timed it to only lose, like, 4 seconds over the one in Chris's tutorial.
Yeah, I like doing that setup.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked to Mendy, and now we have the guitar. I'm gonna upgrade it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to depression. So we can menu with both sticks in this game, which is really convenient. Get some fast menuing. Alright, so if you thought ring challenges were over, you would be surprised. Because now essentially we have this guided missile that comes in the form of a guitar wave. Alright, Jack. And we just kind of fly it through hoops. So yeah, you just kind of fly around. It's in the game to kind of give you more of a feel of the levels. Kind of just show you around. But you know, you just kind of do it. You can kind of go through the side of the rings as well. It doesn't need to be dead center. I don't know of anyone who's ghost ringed through the electric guitar challenge. So now we're going to go to the instance of the Combat Arena Challenge. Where basically we just fight waves of enemies. Like this. And basically what you do here is you just line yourself up like this. So you can hit as many enemies as possible. So a lot of people go in the middle. And just kind of go around. But that loses time, because here you can they all just run towards you. So you can just line up, you know, combos and stuff, group them together. That was a pretty decent wave one.
Macho.
The hammer guys take 2 hits. And then the little guys take 1 hit. Excuse me. If you hit the hammer guys dead center with the bowling ball, then it's 1 hit. But if you get the little electricity going by them like that, it's 2 hits. This is going alright.
I had to heat up some chicken tenders.
Ooh.
That's zooming up manliness, even in the corners. Clean bikini bottom, one hapless soul at a time.
Oh yeah, so combat challenge.
Yeah.
Good level.
It's alright. It's satisfying if you line them up and hit a lot at once.
Yeah.
But when you start to get, when the initial wave is gone, you're just kind of hitting them one by one.
Back when I had like a 150, I had a run going into Depression Combat Challenge, and basically what happened is like right at the end of wave 2, my nose started to bleed, and like I just had to like stop playing and died. And,
Oh.
like no, I tried to play when getting a tissue, and I just died in wave 3.
Yeah, I've
And I
died there
lost the
before.
run. No, it was so sad.
Okay, so now that we're done with Depression, we can go to Bubble Blowing Baby Hunt, Sonic Wave Guitar Challenge. Now, this is a route that was discovered somewhat recently. Essentially what we're going to do. We're going to switch to SpongeBob so we can use the guitar. We're just going to go through rings, but we're going to do some cool stuff in a minute.
A lot of cool tech in BBBH2.
Yeah. And this is probably, not the coolest or hardest, but probably one of the neatest parts of the run in my opinion. Just because of how the physics work in the game. Also, if for whatever reason you miss the ring, you're just done. There's no way to go back and get it.
Yeah.
And if you hit something, you're done as well. You need to repeat the challenge. Yeah. It isn't difficult, but something to, you know, just don't run into anything.
There's only one guitar challenge that's really difficult, but once you learn it, you're good.
Yeah. The next guitar challenge we're going to be doing after this is SCDA Guitar Challenge. And I have no idea what the developers were thinking when they made that.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. See how the rings in this level kind of direct an idea where you see where they're going? SCDA is weird. They don't
Like,
give
there's
you
so many-
any direction.
There's just a ton of really tight turns and like a lot of enemies that are like placed right in front of the rings, so you could like easily hit them.
Yeah.
It takes like a whole it takes like 3 hours just to get used to it, at least for me.
Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to store this challenge by bowling off and accepting it. And you see, we're not standing on the platform anymore. That gives us the option to switch characters. So that just kind of locks it there. Jump on top of this. I tried to do a cutscene skip because you can jump over the trigger. But I didn't do it.
A levitating spatula.
Yeah, the trigger, you're supposed to enter the trigger from the other side, but we entered it a little bit oddly, since we already had the end of the level, so it was never triggered.
Yeah, I never really go for the cutscene skip, but yeah.
Now here's the neat part. So you'd think there wouldn't be any way to get through this wooden surface. Up here, you can't. But if you ledge grab, then do this. It locks your position to here. And you can just jump through. It's really cool.
Yeah, because when you like accept the guitar challenge, that like platform goes away because you go through there for the actual guitar challenge.
Yeah,
so,
it despawns. But then it respawns because it notices where you're at. So obviously, if you fail immediately because you can't launch the guitar. So now we're just going to death abuse. So we set our checkpoint over there as Patrick, but if you go over here and die here, it still sets your checkpoint. So now you're SpongeBob. So what I'm gonna
Oh
do?
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think you actually have to go all the way to the checkpoint.
Oh no, you do, because that's how it works here.
Oh no, like to the end of the platform when like setting up the checkpoint.
Oh yeah.
Like I think you just have to hit the checkpoint and then you're good.
And then we're gonna hit that. So there's a fast method of something called throwing the fruit electric. You're supposed to do this challenge as Patrick. So we stood right where the token spawned, but then it warped us over here just because of how like challenges work. A little bit of, you know, neat physics.
Upsy daisy.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh, that's a headache waiting to happen.
Kill these guys.
Bikini Bottom, one hapless
Now we're
soul
just
at
gonna
a
do a
time.
ledge grab here.
This jump is like semi-precise. Like
Yeah. It's not as much it being difficult as much as the time loss if you lose it. It's really
Yeah.
unfortunate. So then you just kind of go through here. We're gonna get some shiny objects.
I love opening presents. These
I didn't really need to bowl that. They were gonna happen anyway. We're gonna
trying
go
to
up
be fast,
through-
so we
yeah.
gotta
We're gonna
make
go
it
through
fast.
here. The impact of the guitar hits the button through here, so we're just kind of doing the level backwards. So we got that token, and we're gonna warp to a sponge ball.
And after this challenge, we've got 6 more tokens to go.
Yep, we're closing in on the end of the game here.
Yeah, the last couple stages are pretty cool. Actually, I'd say SCDA is like just like only really cool if you're the one running it, or like if you understand movie, because guitar challenge and SCDA sponge ball can be pretty difficult.
Yeah, I've lost some good runs to SCDA sponge ball. But this is BBVH sponge ball, it's not that difficult.
vacuuming up manliness. Even in the
I'm never gonna forget that run.
Oh yeah. It was
SCDA
it was 132 pace. Which would have been record for the time.
Yeah.
But now would not be record, because Chris is a deity. Okay, so now we're just gonna go through this. Gonna play it a little bit safe. Gonna line up the momentum like that. Went for a 1 frame. You can get 1 frames off those sponge balls. Now we're ready to go to SCDA. So now we're gonna do SCDA guitar, SCDA sponge ball, then we're gonna go to Planktopolis.
I believe there's 63 rings in SCDA guitar. I counted it once.
63, wow.
I'm pretty sure. Actually,
Yes.
you know what? It's one of the questions in my BFB/TSSM Kahoot game. So, so let me just.
That's pretty neat, I didn't know that. So yeah, the rings are in just generally awkward positions. There's a lot of space in between rings. It's good that the disconnects have been in, like, you know, grindy, boring parts.
Yeah, no,
They've
like
been,
during,
yeah,
like,
they've
monster
been
skip.
pretty convenient, actually.
It's just,
But as you can see, the rings, like, how are you supposed to know goes through that wall, you know? I don't think anyone has ever gotten this first time they played it.
yeah,
I'm not
you
even-
can't.
You just literally have to know where the rings are gonna be.
Because like that one, like you go or back around this spot a second time, and like you have to do like this really tight corner to the left, where one of like the rings is like obscured by a ton of blocks, and like how?
Yeah. So casually, this is a nightmare, but speedrunning isn't bad. Unless you fail it, because as you can see, I think we're already at like a minute or two of this stage. They're just lined up very oddly.
Yeah, those are weird.
They're just
Usually
like
they'll
flipping into
just-
things.
Yeah, usually the rings at this part are just like kind of straightforward, but that one they were kind of like you had to go up and then down
Yeah.
pretty tightly.
But yeah, we made it.
Made it like movie.
We made it like movie. Alright, so now we're gonna do another bash boost / damage boost.
We still go for XD boost.
Yeah. Basically, we're gonna line him up like this. Jump. Unfortunate. That's alright though. When they spawn further back, it's better. I don't typically get this trick first try. I should probably work on.
By the way, this is called XD boost.
Yeah.
Just it's a very trolly trick. There's an easier method of doing it where you just literally like throw a melon in front of that huge platform, and like by switching to Patrick, and then you just cartwheel over to SpongeBob.
I've forgotten how to do that trick though, so I just do XD boost. I literally forgot.
You literally
Yeah,
you forgot that
before XD boost, you had to do that in SCDO1. It's faster. Yeah. Being very careful on this stage.
He's just ooze macho. Just roll with it, I always say.
I just had war flashbacks.
Yeah, I did too.
This fan. Oof. That fan can be trolly sometimes. Yellow. Blue.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. This isn't very hard. I'm just very cautious on this stage because I failed a lot for no reason. Red. Yellow. Blue.
I'd say the only actually hard SpongeBob section is
Plank.
plank. Yeah, plank SpongeBob is just terrible. Like,
And we're going to be seeing that very soon. So now we're going to
Oh,
go back
yeah.
to plank topless.
we're closing in on the end of the run.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I do some more wall jumps. You actually have to build up some height because the damage boxes for those spikes are actually higher than they appear.
And there's a method where there's like this way that you can do these wall jumps with the Sonic Wave guitar, where you like stay on one side of the wall, but you end up losing a bit of height every time you do it, so it's kind of risky to go, especially in plank.
Oh shit. Oh. You can get to things faster with the upgrade, but I got a little you know, I got a little bit impatient, so I triggered it early by an accident.
It's all
When the
cool.
reticle appears there, you know you can do it. Alright, so this is plank topless SpongeBob. Can actually be kind of difficult. There's
You
some
going for
tricks
fast cycle?
in this, yeah. There's some tricks in this that aren't like really hard. They're just kind of like weird. So I'm gonna go for this one. We got it.
Yeah, the first one can be like kind of random if you get it, but for most times you get it.
Yeah, you just kind of roll over top of it, but if you hit like a weird part of it, the collision kind of gets wonky.
Wonky Kong.
Yellow.
I'm feeling like more of a man already.
The steam can
That's
be
pretty-
very dangerous, so no.
Yeah.
Because when
Even
you
if
fail a
the steam's,
SpongeBob,
like-
again, there's no checkpoints. You just fail and have to go back to the beginning. You can clip inside this block. I've done that before.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
But we made it through pretty scratch free, so it's pretty good.
movie.
Movie. Yeah, the steam is coming out of little things, and they can push you off the stage. They don't damage you, but yeah.
Now, what soup glitch is coming, or what soup skip is coming up?
I'm not gonna do that just in case, because I don't know if I hit the checkpoint. But basically, you don't have to spawn the bridge like that. I just do to be safe. Because I don't know why. Sometimes when I try to do the glitch, it doesn't work out and I spawn all the way back there.
Yeah, I always never get the checkpoint. Or, like, I get the checkpoint in runs, but I can't in,
Oh, I got guitar glitch and then messed up.
Ooh. I want to lost a minute to this wall jump section.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go for guitar clip. Basically, if you hit the guitar at the same time that you land on the thing, you can just spin through. It's pretty cool, kind of levitate, but yeah. I don't typically do it because it doesn't save all that much time.
Trying to think. I think this is still 140 pace.
Hope
Sub
so.
140 pace. Because Neptune takes about 4 minutes. Knucklehead takes about like 2.5, I think.
What's the time right now?
1:30:35.
Oh, 1:35.
No, 1:30:35.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
So, yeah, I think it's still possible.
Mhm.
Ooh, that was fast.
Yeah. Essentially, we're just gonna hit this guy with the guitar. We're gonna switch in between some platforms, and then this should be it. All right. So that's 50. All right. So now we have the last sandwich driving. No more rings. No more time challenges, just the good old sandwich.
No more macho time challenges.
No more macho time challenges. No more sliding, just one last sandwich driving before the final boss.
Yeah.
So Jack, do you have your recorder with you?
Got it right here, man.
Alright. Would you like to play some Cascade Kingdom?
Yeah, I'll wait for phase 3.
Alright. Essentially, this is just like what you've been seeing before. It's sandwich driving with a new skin on it, and you're driving it backwards. And then there's some new hazards, obviously. You know, they added some stuff from BBBH. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna practice Cascade Kingdom again because I do not want to mess this up on the Themeathon.
It's your big chance, Jack.
It's my one shot.
Oof, shoot.
Do not miss the chance to blow up this opportunity.
I will not. Okay, here we go.
Perfect. I still got it down.
Still got it.
We still in there, boys.
Boys. Let's not hot sauce crash, by the way.
Wait, there's a crash?
Yeah, there's a crash here that you can do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just kind of stay on the path.
Wait, where's the crash?
I don't
Or like,
know.
what is it? Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like.
If you get too close to a certain thing, it happens. But we made it.
Okay. No, I'm just like nervous, like that I'm gonna get a random crash now in Knucklehead.
Oh no, that might
Like, how I do
happen.
it in Rose.
There's probably a video of it somewhere. Be prepared. This is good.
phase 3. Okay, so it's about 4 minutes. Yeah, you can definitely get a 139 for this.
139? Nice.
I think maybe like a low 139.
Alright, cool. So this is Neptune. Essentially what we do is we dodge his attacks and we just jump over the fire. Or yeah, we're gonna hit these tables to direct them at him, and you're gonna see why in a little bit. Oh, if you get damaged by the fire, by the way, it resets his cycle.
Some people upgrade the karate spin before Neptune fight, but
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do that
don't
now,
really-
actually.
you don't really need to do it, but
It gives you more range for hitting the
Yeah.
tables. See, SpongeBob's arms have become very long. Oh, lag spike.
Is the room spinning or is it just me?
See, the fire is very lenient sometimes. Alright, so after this, he's gonna switch to phase 2, which is his beam attack.
phase 2 is definitely the most difficult of the Neptune fight. Like phase 3 is pretty easy.
Really? I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like phase 1. I mess up phase 1 quite a bit.
See, I'm not really going for like I never really go for like a perfect Neptune, so my phase 1s are always like really cautious.
Yeah.
So maybe like if I was actually trying to get like a sub 140, then
Yeah.
my opinion would change. Like, I can't do the phase 2 that you're doing right now. I tried, it's never worked.
So, if you don't know what's happening, basically he's firing a beam of light, and the tables are reflecting and hitting him in the helmet. So he gets dazed, and we can hit him with the guitar. It's pretty neat. All the while, we're dodging beams. But the beam only has such a big radius, so you can get to the point where you just kind of walk outside of it.
Since there's a bit of delay, tell me when to go.
Okay. Alright, so this is phase 3. So basically, Neptune's gonna destroy the floors, and he's gonna spawn enemies to hit us. Alright, and Jack is gonna play Cascade Kingdom. Take it away, Jack.
Alright.
Keep going, you gotta keep it going.
Oh, keep going? Alright, alright.
Da, 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 da. Alright, time is gonna be coming up. Time ends on the last hit of Neptune with the guitar, so when his head throbs back, it's time.
I lost my point, alright.
That's alright, man. Doo, doo, doo. Time's coming up now when his head throbs back. And time.
Alright.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's it.
Low
Now we're
138?
yeah. Yo, low 138. That's not bad. So right now we're just gonna kick back and watch this very nice cutscene.
This is great.
90% of this you can find on like clip art online.
So bad. Yeah, you're not even in the cop car.
And now to thank the brave heroes who recovered my crown and saved Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob and Patrick, you have
Yeah,
performed a
so
manly deed.
I'm so
I like this cutscene.
Thanks, Mindy. I've learned a few things about myself.
You know, this cutscene is relatable.
It's got a lot of moral to it. I feel like I can really relate.
Importantly, I'm a kid.
Like my heart
I like
is just,
being a kid.
you know, pouring out.
Glad that everything is back to
Coal
normal.
Bob, that's true.
Ends the most heroic tale ever
Yeah.
told
That's my favorite.
in Bikini
It's
Bottom.
like,
And as the sun sets over the island paradise above the waves, we must stop and wonder how long.
yeah, well, it's not animated because the movie came out after the game, so they had to like really rush the
Yeah.
game and get like a narrative in, even without the actual animations.
Yeah, this game was rushed to development. Yeah, like I said, it came out before the movie.
Yeah,
But
I think it came out like 3 months before.
yeah, it was a long time. Spoiled the ending for a lot of people.
Well, Purple's in here.
Purple.
Purple bound.
Thank you for lurking. So that's Purple Foundation. He's currently second place. He's getting very close to world record. He's going for a low 131 to a high 130.
And
No
he's
way.
definitely capable of it.
Yeah. Everyone's rooting for Purple. Everyone's rooting for Chris to come back. Chris has been on a little bit of a break. But yeah, whoever donated, thank you for the money. Goes to charity. Very, very good. You know, I hope you guys
Very good.
all enjoyed the recorder.
Yeah.
Very very good musical performance by Jackalaka.
And most importantly, the run itself.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from these morals in the cutscene. Now, I just want to say personally, I'm very grateful to have gotten into the marathon because I know a lot of people submitted. Only 16 of the runs got in, and especially to open for the marathon is just it's very very great. And I just want to thank everyone. They're very helpful in setting up the stream and everything like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
I had a really fun time. I know Jack had a really fun time.
Yeah, I'm grateful that Proto said I could do the commentating with them.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
So,
This was a really good time. You know, I hope everyone enjoyed. Hope everyone enjoyed this this run. Wait, someone donated $3. Yo, thank you for the €3. Goes to charity, my guy. Anyway, again, thank you. Good luck to the rest of the runners in this marathon. I'll probably be around watching a little bit. And
Yeah, me too.
Again, thank you. Good luck on the runs.